Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
The Jets at 500 and 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
Hall on a give up the middle. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
They'll run with Hall.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
They'll go again with Hall.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their own 18. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Past the 20 for a short gain, 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. This is Grant. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They faked the handoff. Now Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 46 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's Grant. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. This defense for the Jets, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Dolphins are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. He finds Corey Davis.
On the move past the 40. Down the right sideline.
And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter.
7-7, our score after 1.
Wilson. Caught on the slant. Touchdown.
Garrett Wilson.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jets have taken the lead.
And now it's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. 30. 10, and he dives into the end zone and gets the 2 points.
That is a play that you just do not see very often. Maybe a couple times a year, the blocked extra point return for 2.
You can't afford to give anyone a free run at the kicker. Oftentimes, it's going to bounce off his hands or chest and head the other direction.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense. They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On the double.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Here's Tua. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. Touchdown, Dolphins. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
On first down, Wilson. That's caught inside the 20. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one goes for 36 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, he's got him. Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wilson. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Yeah, no question. He got to the QB late, CD, and that's going to get a flag every time.
Every single time. Because let's face it, the league is always going to have an emphasis on these calls. They want to take care of these quarterbacks who are in vulnerable positions when they're passing the football.
Here's Wilson. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets have regained the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top two teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Now this throw caught left side. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think we'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking...
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Keon Crossan. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
They will run with Grant. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A big play there. 81 yards.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And some space here.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, here's Hall.
And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
They'll run with Hall.
It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Wilson on the keeper. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
Zach Wilson.
His third touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year.
And the Jets are back within a score.
And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill.
Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Straight ahead is Hall.
And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively.
Here's a give to Hall.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, staying ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Hall again.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
They'll look to run with Hall.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall
in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Jets have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7. Tua. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall.
And the Jets are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here of the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Wilson's throw complete there to Moore.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. Open man here is Conklin.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Javon Holland coming up to make the stop.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Running left.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now it's Wilson. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It certainly looks like they stopped some fighting them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Back to the ground with Hall.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Seibert's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
They find some open field here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 155 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Tua now on first down. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. On play action, here's Tua. Looking sideline, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 24-yard line. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from capturing the lead. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
To throw again is Wilson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson being chased out left. And he'll find Hall. And he's got room. And he will be taken down, and a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line. Now it's Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
3rd down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards. Now Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball down the numbers. There he goes. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. In just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2 points.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, if you're a fan of offensive football, this game is for you because this one's been much more like a tennis match than a football game. Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a 1st down on that last catch as well. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown! C.J. Uzomah. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Jets have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part one of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted a tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. On 2nd and 11 now.
Tua.
And his throw here's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Okay, right.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Tua. And it's a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Channing Tindall is there for the tackle.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Ball again on 2nd down.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's Hall again.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Open man is Uzomah.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall.
A 21-yard touchdown run.
And the Jets have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. That run going to put him over 100 yards now for the ball game as well.
Yeah, he's really had his way so far, and that's just more of the same right here. All he needs, just a little crease, and off he goes.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units in there. Kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
On second down now, it's Grant. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Tua. He's got to complete to Waddle.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Now Tua.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll give to Hall. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Throwing now is Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Midge used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity. Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
They go back to Grant, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving. So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick here is good. And it'll be a good time in South Beach tonight. The Dolphins have won the game.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game in the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Dolphins, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia.